We touched on in the last video addressing the subconscious mind as almost like a vast database. And so I just want to build on that a little bit because it really helps to create a picture of what we're doing and why what we're doing is so effective. And so we can almost think about it as having a database of your fears. Now, we now know that during a moment of overwhelm, when you feel threatened or in danger, your mind stores data about that event in the form of an emotional memory image. We now know that the body not only keeps the score from those past events, but it also shows us the score through subtle non-verbal cues across 10 different channels, which we can use as a guide to help you identify the root of the issue, the emotional memory image. We also know the symptoms we experience are due to a series of neurological sequences that occur following the activation of an emotional memory image. So this could be, for example, if you meet the same person again who was involved in the event, or you go to a same or similar place or environment, or if there's anything in what you're doing that your mind can associate with that original event, the emotional memory image is activated and the stress response is triggered before you're consciously aware of the cause. We can think about these emotional memory images as being stored on a database in the subconscious mind. The key for us is knowing that this database is open, which means items can be continually added to it as we go through life's challenges, but also it means that things can continually be subtracted from the database. They can be removed or they can be updated. And it means that for some problems, there might only be one emotional memory image that's blocking you from achieving your goals and a better quality of life. Which means sometimes problems that have dragged on for years and years can radically improve in a very short space of time. And of course, then there are some issues that stem from multiple or lots of moments, often when we're exposed to the same type of environment or the same emotional stressor over a period of time, for example, during childhood. And this means that there are often several emotional memory images that require us to work through them. But with each emotional memory image, you feel progressively lighter, brighter, and more resourceful. And it leads to greater emotional stability, greater confidence, greater headspace. And so it's really a case of helping you transition through the blocks, through the psychological barriers and obstacles, peeling back the layers to help you reclaim the real, authentic you. And sometimes people are understandably confused because they seem to be triggered by the slightest of things, or they seem to be triggered by things seemingly unrelated to the past trauma. But when we understand how emotional memory images work and how the brain prioritizes over responding rather than unresponding due to safety, and that the mind can trigger the stress response if we come into contact with anything that resembles something about the original event, we can see that sometimes these neurological chain reactions are activated by aspects that we don't understand because we don't have access to them. Because the brain because the brain adopts an overprotective false positive bias, which we talked through earlier. And so it also means that there are some emotional memory images from certain events that we need to work on together, the bigger ones, so to speak, or the more impactful ones usually. But there are also other emotional memory images which we can use slightly different techniques on that allow us to clear many emotional memory images in one go or over the course of a couple of weeks. And there are various different ways that we can resolve these emotional memory images, ranging from guided audio recordings, techniques stored on video, an app to help accelerate the process. And so all in all, we've got multiple different ways to solve the puzzle, and we can find the easiest and lightest way to help you achieve your desired outcomes.